In this lesson, we will write negation of quantified statements. The negation of a statement has a meaning that is opposite that of the original meaning. So the negation of a true statement is a false statement, and the negation of a false statement is a true statement. So negating something is just simply basically means to write it as its opposite. Now symbolically, the negation of a statement P is denoted by the little symbol there and then P. So, example, a statement of today is Sunday. We can negate that by placing our negation symbol and the letter P to say that today is not Sunday. This is an example of what we call just a simple negation of a statement. Again, it's just simply writing it to mean the very opposite. However, not all simple statements can be negated by just simply using the word not. There are some that you're going to have to do a little bit more to them or write a little bit more in order to negate it. And let's look at those scenarios. However, statements that include quantifiers, now those are not as easy to rewrite the negation of by simply writing the words not. Quantifiers are words like all, some, no, none. And quantifiers are often used in math to indicate how many cases of a particular situation exists. Examples of sentences that include quantifiers in them are all poets are writers. Some students do not work hard. No rain fell in Washington today. Notice all, some, and no in these cases is what we call quantifiers. So when you want to write or negate a statement that has quantifiers there, here's what you're going to do. I use this little trick or hack to help me remember, or to help students that I teach to remember how to negate certain sentences. So if you think of something where when you put your effort into it, it's either all or none. So for example, if you see all, of course the opposite of it is none. It's either all or none. And then the opposite of some do would be some do not. So if you place them side by side, they're opposite. Think of it that way, but that is not what they match with. Then crisscross them. For example, the statement some do, to negate that, you would say none do. The statement of all do, to negate that, you would say some do not. So just think about that. If you ever get stuck, or if you can't remember the chart that's in your textbook, I believe it's on page 87 of your textbook, it has a chart, and the chart outlines and explains exactly how it should be. For example, all do, when you negate that, you got to say some do not. Some do, when you negate that, you would say none do. So it's the same as what I was showing you here where if you ever think of all, it's all or none. Some do, some don't, but then just crisscross it and you will have this chart here. But whatever works best for you in terms of memorizing it so that you'll be able to negate any sentence that's given to you on the test, just use what works for you. Let's do some examples. Okay, so I'm going to leave the chart at the top of the page from your textbook, page 87, just for you to look at as a reference in case you get stuck in writing or negating statements. So let's go back to that statement we talked about where all writers are poets. So let's negate that. It has the quantifier all in it. So we're going to go up to our chart. Notice here when it's all do, in this case is all are, the negation of that is going to be some or not. So to negate this statement of all writers are poets, we would say then that some writers are not poets. Here we want to negate some canaries weigh 50 pounds. And here we have that quantifier in there of some. So let's go to our chart. When you have that some do, to negate it, it would be none or no. So some canaries weigh, we would go to no canaries weigh. So the negation of some canaries weigh 50 pounds would be no canary weigh 50 pounds. Checkpoint time. Write a negation for the following statement. All of the emojis are happy. Okay, I don't have the chart there. I want to see how much you remember. So what would you say? How would I negate that? Which one is the correct answer? If you need to pause the video for a moment, please feel free to do so. Okay, which choice did you choose? Which one? A, B, C, or D? The correct answer is C. Some of them are not happy.